Hello, and welcome to Sparring Sessions. My name's Dax, and we're here today to break down UFC Fight Night Albazi versus Taira. That's right, you heard it, flyweights, we're back in the Apex.
Hey y'all, Dax here, just jumping in real quick. This episode was recorded right before we found out the main event between Tetsuo Taira and Amir Albazi fell off. Apparently, Albazi had to pull out. I believe we even make a joke about it. So you're gonna hear a lot of references to Taira and Albazi. I'm just gonna cut the analysis. New main event: Hyungsung Park versus Tetsuo Taira. Not a whole lot to go on here. Park's kind of stepping up. Super short notice. He was supposed to fight Steve Ursig next week. So Will and I are both picking Taira. I mean, short notice, probably the better grappler, better resume, more experience in 5 round fights. Yeah. And then the other one, Yusri Belgari is out of his fight against Azamat Bekoyev. I think there were visa issues with Belgari, but they rebooked that fight, the same fight, not the Finney Bekoyev fight for UFC Vancouver. So that's still on. Maybe we'll just reuse our clip video from then. But yeah, if you hear us, I know we mention it a few times at least, both fights. So if you hear that, that's why.
I'm not doing this alone, though, and somebody who's a little more positive about the Apex than me in general, my loving co-host, Big Will. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right, man. Hopefully this Apex card delivers. I'm not so sure about it. And you know me, I'm pretty optimistic when it comes to these shitty Apex cards,
Yeah.
but I don't really know about this one. Um, yeah, that's all I'll say. I just don't really know. I don't have high hopes for it, but I hope that it comes through.
Yeah, me too. You were a little higher than I was last week. I've kind of turned it around, though. There's one matchup that got made that I'm like, yeah, this is going to be good. In like the last week, and then a few more things where I'm just like, okay, I could see this being either really good or really bad. But you know what? We'll get into it. Um,
Is it the first fight of the night that got
it
you
is the first
excited?
fight of the night. Oh, I
Oh
love
wow.
that
Wow.
fight.
All
Uh,
right.
but I don't think we have odds for this. Oh, we do have odds. Perfect.
Are they
All right.
insane?
They're what you expect. They're what you
Okay.
expect.
Okay.
Um, But yeah, I'll introduce the card before we start talking about the fights. UFC Fight Night, Albazi versus Taira, UFC Apex, you know the deal. What, 100? Well, you've been in the Apex. How many, when you were
Twice.
there? Twice. Yeah.
Yes,
How many
sir.
fans were there, like, total when you were there?
I don't know, maybe 100
Yeah.
if that. I think I was there. I forget the first one I was at. I kind of snuck into it for a Brendan Allen fight, but
Yeah.
the other one was Lerone Murphy, Edson Barboza, I believe it was, and that card was pretty fun. It was Tuco versus like
Tuco.
C.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, there's maybe like a hundred or
Mm,
so. There was like an elevated level where people were screaming shit down from. I don't really
yeah.
know how they even got there, but yeah, it was fun. Wow, I'm looking at the lines for that fight, and I thought it'd be bigger than that. Truly, I thought the odds would be
I did too.
further than that first fight. But whatever. Apex is cool though, man. It's they got a little if you get a ticket to the show, you get like a buffet that's like unlimited. They got like an open bar and shit. It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool. So like you really need to take that into your hands and use it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Problem is, I think it's still like 2 grand for a ticket, which is
Luckily, I haven't paid you one yet, so I really got my money's worth.
Oh yeah. We will not be in attendance. We do not have any friends on this
Unfortunately.
one. Um, so yeah, it's going down 6 p.m. Eastern main card, or sorry, prelim starts. You'll probably get what 9 o'clock main card. It's fine. It's not 10 p.m., but it's no noon like we're getting for UFC Abu Dhabi. Ooh. If this were at noon, I think I'd bump it up
Prime. That's
like a
prime right
point
there.
higher or something. Yeah, it's only 3 fights fell through. We got Austin Bashi. He was supposed to fight Francis Marshall. That fell out. And Bekoev was supposed to fight Torres Finney. Finney pulled out, so we get Yusri Belgarui. I'll get the name right one of these days, but I actually have met him in person.
Really?
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. And then Andre Lima was supposed to fight Felipe Bunes. He withdrew, and we have Felipe Bunes versus Rafael Estevam. So nothing crazy that fell off. I think the Torres Finney versus Bekla fight, I think this is a better fight now. But yeah, we'll give it your let's hear your overall rating for the card.
I'm gonna go with a 6. I think
Okay.
it might be the lowest rating I've given on this show, and I'm pretty um yeah, I think I'm pretty liberal with my ratings.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's some fun fights, but I think overall there's a lot of nothing burgers, and
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm saying that, then that probably is the case.
Yeah, I this isn't as bad as some of the other. I actually think it's a little higher than some of the other Apex swap cards we've had, but I'll probably give it like a C plus. C plus. It's
Why the hell are guys like Chris Duncan, Mateusz Rebecki, Elvis Brenner,
oh my
Esteban,
God.
why are those guys in the Apex? Neil Magny, I
Yeah.
understand, but
Yeah.
why are those guys? Those guys could have been in Nashville, man, and it would have been
Ugh.
insane for those fights.
Um anyway, I shouldn't say perfect fight and then transition into a Caitlin Souza fight, but we're gonna do it. Women's strawweight. Caitlin Souza versus Pira Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to be your favorite, a decent sized favorite, to minus 175. Caitlin Sue's on the other side, plus 150. Um, Rodriguez, a few years older, 32 to 39 for Souza. Same height, pretty much same reach. Rodriguez is 3-2 in the UFC. Had that upset win over Josephine Knudsen in Tampa. We were there. I had some money on Knudsen. Other side, Souza, 2-2. Most recently, split decision loss to Angela Hill. So, not too much to go on here, Will. Pretty bottom of the barrel, even for women's strawweight. Oh, wait, this is me. Excuse me. Yeah, I guess. Give me Piero Rodriguez. I mean, this, you were saying nothing burger. This is a nothing burger of a fight. I mean, what are we doing here? I don't know if the loser's getting cut, but 4 takedowns per 15 minutes for Rodriguez, 64% takedown defense for Souza, which is fine, but Angela Hill didn't try to take her down really. Am I shocked if Souza wins? No. Am I going to go Rodriguez? Yes. Should we be done talking about this? Probably.
Um, as far as this matchup, man, I think it's such a coin flip. I'm just gonna go for the underdog for parity.
Okay.
I
Fair
think
enough.
Souza could definitely win a decision here.
Yep.
Um, Rodriguez doesn't really impress me. I think that Souza's upset win over Yargi is better than Rodriguez's upset win against Knudsen. So,
Sure.
um, yeah, man, give me Souza, man.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next fight. Should be a little bit more entertaining. Flyweights, Rafael Esteban, despite coming down on short notice, big favorite. Let me the minus 470, plus 370 for Felipe Bunez on the other side. And there's a reason for that. Bunez is 7 years older at 35. He's an inch shorter, same reach. Bunez is 1-1 in the UFC, but he's 14-7 overall. Losses are decent though. Joshua Van, Jussier Formiga, and then some Russian guys. But yeah, on the other side, we got Rafael Estevam, undefeated, 13-0, 2-0 in the UFC, beat Charles Johnson, beat Jesus Aguilar, two guys on some pretty good streaks. So, Will, you going with the big favorite here, despite him being in on short notice?
I want to say I'm gonna go with the favorite here, but I don't think Bunez is dangerous. I think he has good
Yeah,
finishing potential. I think he's lost to really good guys.
yeah,
He's also just fighting a guy that's undefeated and kind of, got nothing but momentum behind him. Um, minus 500 is a bit wild, especially for their placing, I think, in the division.
yeah,
So we've seen Esteban get really tired.
yeah.
Um,
We have.
we've seen him get really tired. Man, give me Esteban by decision. I don't
Yep.
feel too strongly about this in Esteban minus what five something. Um,
500 or so.
that's just ridiculous to me. But I'm gonna go with him. I'm not going to. I don't feel too strongly about this fight one way or the other. So
No.
do with that information what you will.
Yeah, I guess I'm going Esteban. 3 for 22 on takedowns against Charles Johnson, but he won that fight. Uh, 11 for 19 against Jesus Aguilar. So he's just going to spam takedowns. He gets an average of six over his three, the UFC Dana White Contender Series fights. He's probably just going to win here. Could he get subbed? Take a bad shot? Sure. Do I think he's going to? Probably not. He can probably hang a little bit on the feet too. So why not? It's not like we're betting here. It's a different show, but maybe that'll come up. Next fight again. Uh, Still gonna be more entertaining than the women's strawweight fight. Rodolfo Vieira. I hope. I hope this one actually could be a stinker. Rodolfo Vieira versus Tresean Gore. Um, Rodolfo Vieira is 4 years older at 35. Same height. Gore's gonna have 2 inches of reach. Vieira is 5-3 in the UFC. Lost a decision to Andre Petroski before this. Multi time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. Like he has. We just talked about Buchecha, who has 14 world championships, I want to say. Next up is Vieira. He's got nine, 8 or 9, and pretty much like some of his only losses are to Buchecha. And he's a middleweight, and Buchecha's a
That's
heavyweight.
tough.
So what does that tell you? Yeah, on the other side, Tresean Gore, 5-3, 2-3 in the UFC, coming off tough. He got knocked out versus Tulio in April, so pretty quick turnaround. That was a beating, if I remember correctly.
He took a
Um,
lot of damage in like
Lot of
6 minutes.
damage. And yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh, I should mention the odds actually. The odds minus 210 for Vera, plus 180 for Tresean Gore. And yeah, I'm going Vera here. I love my world champion grapplers. Even if he has had some cardio issues, he's still averaging 3.5 takedowns per minute. Tresean Gore has not really faced good wrestlers like Cody Brundage, Josh Fremd. Um, and I think Vieira just takes him down. If he gets him down, I'd say it's probably instant, right? And yeah, give me Vieira here, pretty cut and dry.
Um, I feel like this is gonna be like a Vegas killer for some reason. Like
Ooh,
I just feel that reason. Like everyone's gonna have Vieira in their parlay, and then Gore's gonna come in and
okay,
sleep Vieira on the feet. I think Gore's physicality is gonna get him far in this fight. I know Vieira's like ripped up, but I still would say regardless seeing them fight, I think Gore might be the just overall physically stronger guy, even though it might not look like that physicality wise or physique wise.
okay.
Um, I think Gore's gonna come. I think Gore knows. I don't think Gore. I think Gore is gonna have to throw bombs at Vieira early and get him out of there.
Yeah,
I think if it goes deep, I think Vieira's gonna wrap something up. But earlier, I don't know if Vieira will have super high level wrestling success early on, just because of Gore's explosive physicality early on in the fight. I'm gonna take Gore here just for shits and gigs. But I truly do feel like Gore can had a chance at winning this fight. And now that I've said that, Vieira's gonna go get a single leg, drag him down to the mat, and choke him out in the first 90 seconds.
yep.
But I don't think Gore is the worst side to be on because that line, man, that line is really tempting you to throw Vieira into a parlay or two. I feel like. Because
If it,
if it was so cut and dry, man, Vieira should be minus 400. You know what I mean? In this matchup,
I
uh,
guess the only thing I'll say is if it, there are like five other middleweights who I'd have more hesitation picking against. Gore's not one of them. He's just got like pretty much no MMA experience, despite being 2-3,
yeah.
and like he had no regional scene experience, and like it's just not. I hate to say this, he's just not good. Like he has no good wins.
I think he has a lot of power, and I
Yeah,
think he's young enough, early enough in his career. He's 31, so he's gonna have to get a win now to
yeah.
ever have any success in the UFC. And I think that the place that Vieira's in, it's willing to it'd be more forgiving for him to lose this fight than it would be for Gore. Um,
Yeah.
Maybe I'm partial to Gore or something. I don't know. I have no clue, but I'm
Mm.
a fan of uh anti Darren Till, so I'm good
Uh,
to. I don't feel bad about picking Trayshawn Gore. There's worse underdogs out there.
yeah, you'd think I'd be partial. He's fighting like I could be at his gym in 30 minutes from now. But
Yeah,
um, anyway, should be a good fight. Good fight either way.
yeah.
Uh, Next up, maybe a good fight. I don't know. Rinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. Nakamura is a multi-time. I always get him and Racer Rui mixed up. I can't remember if he's the. I think he's the world champion for wrestling and not the judo champion.
There's been a
Uh,
couple high level grapplers coming out of Japan, so I would not
yeah,
feel bad for getting anybody mixed up. It does not mean it doesn't mean anything. There's been
yeah.
many
Okay,
Japanese grapplers coming into the UFC, so we're good.
I got it here. He was a U-23 world champion, and then he was going to wrestle for Japan in freestyle in the Summer Olympics, but then COVID happened, and so he just came to MMA. Yeah, world class grappler. And then besides Fletcher, Cage Warriors guy came in from uh, Tough and is 1-1. I thought he won the Cal Loughlin fight, but he didn't do much to win. And Nakamura suffered his first loss last time out against Muin Gafurov. He got beat up pretty bad, if I remember. Um, yeah, pretty much same height, a few years apart, and Fletcher's going to have a 1.5 inch reach advantage. Minus 425 though for Nakamura, plus 325 for Fletcher. And this one's all you, Will.
Wow, I think Nakamura is gonna win here. It's not anything controversial because of the look of the odds, but I think Reina Nakamura can do what Lafren did times 10. In terms, he's not just gonna hold you against the cage. He's gonna put you on the ground and try to do some damage to you, try to get you out of there, even if he doesn't. He's gonna be doing that for 15 minutes. I don't
Yeah.
think they have the best wrestling in the UK. That's been known for years. So yeah, give me old Nakamura by decision here.
Yeah, I would say this is one I say don't put in your parlays because
Yeah.
Moon Gafurov is not like the guy, he's not like the prospect killer or anything. But yeah, Fletcher 50% takedown defense. I think Kyle Lachman, yeah, he went 6 for 12. So like, if Kyle Lachman's doing that, Randy Nakamura's gonna go, I don't know, 30 for 50 or something like that. But yeah, he's probably going to win, but he's just not a guy I can trust anymore until he shows a good bit of development on the feet. And like, he just kind of panicked and gave up on his game last time when he didn't get the takedowns against Gafarov, and I really did not like that. So Nakamura, but a little hesitant. Yeah. Next up, Nick Klein versus Andrei Pulyaev. Pulyaev, excuse me, middleweights. Blue collar Nick Klein. He's 2 years older at 29. Puliaev, though, is going to have 3 inches of height, 1.5 inches of reach, and this is a pretty close fight. Minus 108 for Klein, minus 112 for Puliaev. Excuse me. Um, Puliaev is 0-1 in the UFC. Lost to Christian Leroy Duncan, though, pretty good fighter, so that's not that big of a deal. Klein lost to Mansour Abdul Malik, also a good fighter. So this one was pretty tough for me. I think I'm just going to go with Puyayev, even though Klein is fighting out of Wisconsin, where I have a special love for my Cheeseheads, except for Green Bay. Um, it's one of those where like we just haven't seen these guys. Even on the regional scene, they were just kind of fighting nobodies. That being said, I think I'm gonna go Puliaev here. He stuffed he's a pretty good takedown defense. It's only two fights, but stuffing four takedowns from Christian Leroy Duncan, even if they weren't fully um, fully formed, just gonna be a bit bigger too, gonna have a little bit of reach. It's not much, but when it's a pick 'em like this, I'll say don't bet it. Don't bet Puliaev just because I said so, but why not? His record looks a little bit better. Stats look a little bit better, so give me Puliaev.
I could not disagree more, man. I'm pretty big on Nick Klein
Wow.
here. I think Puliaev is horrible. I think, as far as getting, I would have rathered him get finished in the first round than lay a stinker for 15 minutes. He just gave nothing the entire fight, man. He just put out 15 minutes of copy paper, man. There was nothing there. He offered absolutely nothing to Christian Leroy Duncan. And
Yeah.
um, do you remember that fight pretty well?
That's one of like 20 fights I've not actually watched over the past. I saw clips, but like I didn't
It's
actually watch them.
horrible. He backed up the entire, he just did nothing the entire fight. It was
Hmm.
hard to watch. I think Nick Klein, I like his personality, I like his physicality, I like his finishing ability here. We've seen Klein get TKO'd, I believe, twice now, but I think he he ran into the wrong one last time. So especially I believe that was also on short notice. So
Yeah.
give me Nick Klein here. I think Nick Klein can pull off some sort of finish against Puliev. I don't think that he is a great fighter.
Hmm.
So yeah, give me Klein in a by a wide margin.
I think that thing you said about him not being a good fighter, I think that applies to both of them in this case. But yeah, let's not spend any more time because we got I'd call this a banger up next. Would you
Yeah,
agree?
yeah. Oh yeah, oh
Uh,
yeah.
Featherweights, Kevin Vallejos versus Danny Silva. Two guys who only had one loss. Pretty interesting. Despite that, though, huge favorite fight for Vallejos, minus 461 plus 361 for Danny Silva. Um, Silva's gonna have 4 inches of height, 2 inches of reach, but despite all that, Vallejos is 1-0 in the UFC. He went 1-1 in the Contender Series, but one of those was a crazy fight. One of the best fights I've ever seen, let alone, one of the best fights on Contender Series history against John Silva, who's what, one win away from challenging for a title right now.
Yeah,
Um,
he's fighting Lopez next. So
yeah. And he beat Cam Teague and Sen Woo Choi first round KOs, both of them. On the other side, Danny Silva. He also, sorry, he is 1-0 in the Contender Series, 2-0 in the UFC, two split decisions to Josh Kulabau and Lucas Almeida. Nothing crazy, not bad fighters, not like um, horrible fights, but yeah, I believe this one is no, this one's you. You're getting all the good ones so far.
I'm gonna first off by saying this. I don't think Silva won his last two fights. Um,
Danny Silva. Oh,
yeah, I
I
don't think
thought
he
John
won.
Silva for a second.
No, no. I don't think Danny Silva won either of those fights. I think that he fought against Josh Kulabau. That Josh Kulabau is just allergic, or he's attracted to bad decisions.
Yep.
Last few fights, unfortunately. And then I also thought Lucas Almeida beat him too, but that one was, I think, a little closer than um, his fight with Kulabau. So I don't
Yeah,
know. I think I like. I only lost to Gene Silva, man. That's pretty damn
it
good,
isn't.
dude. That is pretty damn good. Yeah, man. Give me Vallejos by finish, dude. I think that he's got more finishing potential than a guy like Josh Culibao or Lucas Almeida.
Mhm.
Give me Vallejos by finish here. I don't know how, but give me a finish. I like his boxing is really good. He's
Yep.
shown that he can grapple and finish on the ground. Give me Vallejos, a guy who has some real momentum coming behind him and a little bit of hype, I think.
Yep. I think Vallejos is going to get prospect lost at some point for reasons I won't talk about here because I don't think that this is going to be the fight to do it. Danny Silva, he gets a few takedowns a fight, but just because his fights always go long and they're kind of, I'd say grimy is the right word. It's not like bad, like heavyweight grimy, but it's still a little grimy.
Yeah,
He's just he's very Topuria-esque. He's a smaller guy, but he might even how tall is Topuria? Is he 5'6"? 5'7". Okay, there you go. They're both 5'7" featherweights. Or I guess, were. And he just has crisp boxing. Everything's clean. Everything's rehearsed. He knows, when to throw and what to throw. I really liked a lot of his, like, how long was his Choi win? I'm doing a lot of Googling this episode. His Choi win was
it's pretty quickly.
3 minutes. Yeah. I watched a few breakdowns. I'm no like expert myself, but I watched plenty of breakdowns and he set up so many things in those 3 minutes. It was crazy. I think he's just gonna run over Danny Silva here, round one KO. Um, and yeah, I think eventually we're gonna get another Viejo Silva fight, maybe for the title. Can you imagine that? That would be 5 rounds of that.
A guy like Vallejos, man, I like to bet on because you're gonna like this comparison.
Yeah,
He is like Clay Guida in terms of he's always doing something.
yeah,
There's never any stagnant stuff in the fight for him. He's either setting something up, he's using his footwork, he's using
yeah,
feints, he's drawing you. He's always doing something in the fight. And I think that is really good look for the judges. He obviously
yeah,
has more finishing potential than a guy like Clay Guida. But when I think of a fighter that's doing something like that, it's Clay Guida. So yeah, I feel pretty
yeah.
good in Vallejos.
Yeah, I think this could be fight of the night, or performance. I think we're getting a bonus here either way. I'll say that.
Somewhere. It's definitely not Neil
Uh,
Magny or Carol Rosa.
uh, wow. You set us up wonderfully for our next two super exciting fights.
Hmm.
First one, Neil Magny versus Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. Capoeira is 38 years old, but he's not going to be that much older. This is an old man fight. Neil Magny's 3 days away from being 38 himself. So Magny's going to have 4 inches of height, 7 inches of reach on Zaleski, but they're going to end up in the clinch either way. Zaleski got knocked out by Chidi his last time out, and Magny got, yeah, he got KO'd by Praches in November, KO'd by Michael Morales before that, but, last January he had that Mike Malott win, so he's the GOAT. Um, Despite that wonderful, wonderful win on his resume, minus 210 for EZDS and plus 180 for Magny. This one's me. I kind of want to take Magny here. I've been back and forth on this so much. Like it's what you were saying earlier with the Souza fight. It's like nobody. If anybody tells me they know what's going to happen in this fight, they're wrong. And I think Magny, like basic experience, a little bit more experience, and a little, 7 inches of reach is always big. It
Yeah.
is his home, the UFC Apex, so home court advantage. So I guess I'm gonna go with Magny here as a little bit of an underdog. Don't you even try to make this the underdog of the week though, because even if you pick Magny, we're not. I'm not making Neil Magny an underdog of the week. But yeah, I get all the fun fights, huh?
Man, I don't feel bad about a Neil Magny pick here at all. He's been
No.
slept pretty bad his last two fights. And Zaleski definitely has knockout power, so we could. I think it's either going to be an early Zaleski knockout or it's going to be a Neil Magny decision. I could
Yep.
definitely see a classic Neil Magny hold you up against the fence, something similar that he did to Phil Rowe, which some people thought
Ugh,
he also lost that fight. It was
yeah, we were there.
close enough for no comfort, I should say, but. Yeah, man, I think wow. Yeah, I think No Magny can win this fight. Let's go with No Magny.
Makes you feel a little icky inside, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's say that.
Next up, we got women's bantamweight, the greatest division in the sport.
I finally got a fun one.
Yeah, there we go. Nora Cornell versus Carol Hossa. Cornell is your underdog plus 145, Hossa minus 170. Um, Cornell is 5 years older, despite Hossa being the vet here at 35. Missed weight last time out, 2 inches of height, half inch of reach disparity between the two of them. And yeah, Cornell won against Haley Cowan despite missing weights. Well, with missing weight. Lost to Jacqueline Cavalcanti before that. Osa on the other side lost to Eileen Perez last time out, so not the greatest look. Penny Kianzad before that. I say that 11 fights in the UFC, and Cornell only has four. Yeah. So, Will, you said it. You get a fun one. I'm surprised this isn't main event, but where are you going in this all-action affair?
77% of the people on Tapology are going with Cornell, which is surprising to
Yeah.
me. I'm pretty big on Rosa here, man.
Oh, wow.
I don't think highly of Cornell, honestly. She beat Jocelyn Edwards, Melissa
The
Mullins,
GOAT.
and Haley Cowan, and she lost to
GOAT.
Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Wow, I just don't feel like good at all about picking her. There's something about her. I don't know. I don't know what it is, man, but I just don't think she's super high level. I
Mm,
think Hosa has higher ceiling. She's also like 5 years younger than her.
yeah.
Um, I think that like last minute takedowns and rounds matter a lot more in women's
Yeah.
fights. Um, and I think Hosa can definitely pull that off. She has shown she has a good gas tank. If you have a hole in your grappling game, she can definitely wash, rinse, and repeat you on the ground. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. I'm gonna go with Carol Hosa here. Let's go with decision for Carol Hosa.
Yeah. She's losses on her resume, 7 losses, but those are high level losses. You ran down Cornoles, but Eileen Perez, Irene Aldana, Norma Dumont, Sarah McMahon, these are pretty high level.
Yeah,
You go back
especially for
even
the
further.
times, you know. Sorry.
Yeah. Nah, no worries. Yeah, this is probably one of those fights where why split decision might be apt here. So neither woman really gets takedowns, and Hosa gets is twice more active, landing significant strikes. So sure, let's go Carol Hosa. Uh, a fight I am infinitely more excited for: Esteban Rivic versus Elvis Brenner. Uh, Lightweights. I was pretty surprised at this line. I'm not gonna lie. Minus 271 for Ribovic, plus 231 for Brenner. Um, Ribovic is actually going to be a few years older, 29, 27 for Brenner. Same height. Brenner's going to have 3 inches of reach. Brenner has been nothing but action in the UFC, although he's on a two-fight losing streak to Joel Alvarez and Miktovic Orbai. Nothing to shake your head at there. I'll say that. Ribovic on the other side had um, it was like in the fight of the year discussion against Zellhuber in the Sphere, and he beat him and then lost a fight of the night. It did win split decision against Nasrat Haqparast in March. This one is me because you just went with Cornell. I'll say I was really, really surprised at these odds here. I saw minus 230. I thought that was a negative or plus 230 for Brenner. I was like, wow, that's a little higher than I thought, but I'm going Brenner here. Ribovic, he has double the strikes landed, but he's kind of small. He's kind of small. That's been his like big detriment. He's facing a guy his size, but Brenner's like he's just a big uh excuse me, he's not tall, but he's just filled out. He's strong, and he's working at Shootbox. He's got a good team there. He's got the wrestling advantage, I would say, if he decides to use it. And he can just kind of, I think he's kind of got that dog in him. Both these guys do, but I think he's just got a little more of it. So what the hell? Give me the underdog. I'm guessing fight of the night, though. If I had to put odds on fight of the night, I give this one like a it'd be the highest odds, maybe like a plus 130, plus 140 or so. But yeah, do you agree with my fight of the night assessment and my pick?
I agree with Fight of the Night assessment. I kind of think
Uh,
Rubik is gonna fuck Brenner up.
wow,
Honestly,
really?
I think Brenner takes a lot of damage, man, and
Yeah,
uh, I think Brenner's good. I think once you get into the territory of the biggest thing people talk about is about how tough you are, you're in bad territory, man.
yeah,
I think guys that shoot the box take lots of damage. That's the old shoot the box and the new shoot the box. Those traditions live on, man. Those guys eat
yeah.
punches for breakfast.
Oof.
And it doesn't matter how much you want to keep going. Once your brain hits that off button, then it goes.
Mm.
So I think Ribovics is a cleaner striker by a mile. I think he's going to be able to keep this fight on the feet and pick Brenner apart. Big fan of Brenner though. I like him. I like that little run he went on. He got fucked up really bad his last fight. He took a lot of damage in his last fight. I don't know if Ribovics will put him away, but I think Ribovics will handedly keep him at bay and get a decision win.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe I am just like a shootbox. I don't know, fan or
Groupie.
something, but groupie. There we go. I was going to say something else, but I don't want to say that on television. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight. The other fight I could see being, this if that's a plus 140, is maybe like a plus 180 or so. But only just because I think there might be a finish here. Matej Rebecki versus Chris Duncan. Rabisti, I love his nickname. I think it's new, but I love it nonetheless. Um, is your favorite here? He is a minus 210 to Chris Duncan plus 180. I believe Chris Duncan, he's 4-1 in the UFC. I believe he was an underdog in all of his fights.
Pretty crazy,
No,
man.
sorry. He was a favorite against Yanalish moves, excuse me. But still, 4-1. Uh, Chris Duncan's going to have 3 inches of height and 5.5 inches of reach. They're the same age, pretty much, a few months apart. Um, and yeah, Duncan's on a two-fight illy streak, um, win streak, I'll say that. And on the other side, Matej Rubeski is 4-1 as well, coming off a fight of the night decision win over Miktabek Orbai back in October. Glad he took some time off. That was a blood and guts fight, let me tell you that.
Yeah.
This one is you will. Yeah, I mentioned the odds, so let's hear it.
Wow. This fight. I really feel compelled to take Chris Duncan
Oh,
here.
I'm sorry. Co-main. What am I saying? This is the co-main event.
It's the man.
Please
Yeah.
continue.
I think Chris Duncan's on a roll of proving people wrong. He's really powerful on the feet. Like
Yeah.
he can sleep you bad. Like he can turn you off pretty bad. Like his contender series, dude, he's got what? Yeah, man, he killed Duncan or not Duncan, Charlie
Yep.
Campbell. He killed him and then the camera went to Campbell's family in the crowd. Remember that?
I do
That was
remember that. Oh,
that was
that was
insane,
crazy.
dude. Um, wow. I think Duncan can outlast him, and I think Duncan can finish him. How he
Hmm.
finishes him is up to him. I think he can knock him out. I think he could uh, submit him, as we've seen his last few fights. Give me Chris Duncan, especially at a plus 180. I think that's really attractive. Um, he has a really strong guillotine, which is a pretty low level submission, man. Like you don't see that often. If he's that good at it, then keep doing it, man. Um, but yeah, give me Chris Duncan, man. I really like him as an underdog here.
I'm going Repetchki just because of their losses. Honestly, their wins are pretty much like the same. They both have quality wins and then just bums that they beat up.
Yeah.
Um, but Chris Duncan lost in the first round to Manuel Torres, who's good. Don't get me wrong, he's very good. Um, but he lost by rear naked choke, and Torres isn't like a he has subs, but he's not like a sub guy. His grappling isn't that good, and that was in a minute. He just got taken down quickly, if I remember, and sub pretty quickly. And Rebecki, his only loss in the UFC is to Diego Ferreira, um, who he Well, yes, he's old. That was a cardio thing. I think Rebecki just kind of ran out of gas trying to finish Ferreira, and I think it was like going to be a draw if he didn't get finished, like in the very last second, or 10 seconds. Um, so I'm going Rebecki here. I'm not confident. I am super excited for this fight, though. I think these last three fights are pretty strong here, despite like, you know, only one of them being a ranked fight. So sister's feeling better.
Mm.
And we'll move on to your sister's favorite segment of the week, Regional Minute. Uh,
Shout out,
uh,
BB.
shout out. Yeah, Regional Minute, non-UFC action going on this week. We've got a few here, pretty good. Like for the few cards we have, we got UFC BJJ 2. We got the welterweight and light heavyweight belts on the line. Andrew Tackett versus Renato Canuto and Mason Fowler versus David Jarmo. So you also got William Tackett, Raquel Canuto, Tammy Musumeci. I hadn't heard of her, but take a guess who she's related to. So I like my BJJ. That's Thursday 8 on YouTube. Surprised it's not on Fight Pass. Um, on Friday at 6 p.m. Thank God it's at 6 p.m. and not 12 p.m. or whatever it
Oh,
was last time, 12 a.m. PFL World Tournament 8 finals. So we got the welterweight and featherweight championships on the line. Bad Gene versus Logan Storley and Movid Kabalaya versus Jesus Pinedo. Um, Not the most stacked card outside of that, but the top two fights are going to be pretty good. I'm excited for that.
yeah.
Uriah Faber's A1C Friday 8 p.m. on Fight Pass. I'm sorry, you can watch PFL on ESPN Plus. Uh, Uriah Faber's A1 Fight Pass. Humberto Bandanay is fighting, if you remember him, and also fighting for the middleweight championship. Nick Maximov is going to beat some guy. So that's fun. One Fight Night 34, also on Friday at 9 p.m. Amazon Prime. Regin Urso versus George Jarvis for the welterweight Muay Thai championship. And you got a few fights. Gary Tonin, Shamil Gasanov in MMA. Ben Tynan versus Belarusian guy. So it's a card. They cut all their superstars, so this is what we got left with one. And then last but not least, BKFC 79, South Dakota, Saturday, 7 p.m. I wouldn't really mention it. I mean, they got Taylor Starling. That's the only other name I know besides the main event. You know him. You love him. He's 38, but he's still banging. Julian, let me bang Lane. Shout out.
Interesting.
GOAT.
Shout out.
Last but not least, UFC Fight Night, Duise versus Hernandez going down next Saturday, Apex. Well, let's hear your favorite fight. I'm curious where you're going here. It's an
Um,
interesting
I'm
card.
I'm pulling that up as we speak. I should have been on that. My
No
apologies.
worries. I'll say
Um,
go to Tapology because Wikipedia does not have
oh, I'm there,
a
baby. I'm
few of the
there.
fights. Sweet.
Uh,
Main event Roman
alrighty.
Dolidze and Anthony Fluffy
Oh,
Hernandez. All right,
oh
let's hear
God, that's a fight I do not know anything. I do not
it.
feel strongly in that fight. I'll tell you that much. Oh, what a card. All right. Oh, all right. What a card, man.
Yep,
Jocelyn Edwards, Priscilla Cachoeira. That's gonna be a fun fight. Someone's
it
gonna get
will be a fun
finished.
fight.
Someone's gonna
Yeah.
get finished in that fight, one way or the other. I think a fight to look out for is Andre Fili, Christian Rodriguez. Damn, I kind of like Andre Fili in that first mind. Another one, I think we're gonna see the emergence of Juicebox Julius Walker, fighting that
Hmm.
Rafael Cerqueira guy.
Yep.
He's the guy I think he is. Uh, he is the
Secure.
guy I think he is. He's been slept
Yep.
badly in his last two fights. But Modestas Bukauskas is not a first round finisher like that.
Nope.
If you're getting slept, like he got slept bad by him, like really bad.
Bad.
Uh, yeah, I think Julius Walker's good. I think Julius Walker could have won his last fight. Um, yeah, I think that's the one I'm most hyped up for because um, I think Julius Walker is going to come out and show what he can do. Another one is my girl Angela Hill. Always a big fan of her.
Shout out.
Um, yeah, this card might be worse than this card this week.
This card's pretty ass. I'm gonna go with Miles Johns versus Gian Matsumoto. Miles Johns, pretty exciting. He's only 31. Jeez, you could have told me he was like 39. I would have believed you.
Miles John's
Going
only
up against,
31.
yeah,
Interesting.
going
Noted.
up against Gian Matsumoto, who's also exciting himself. So that's probably the second best fight. Best fight, in my opinion. I'm gonna love watching Anthony Hernandez melt Roman Dolidze, and he'd probably go a little bit longer, but you know, Fluffy's at minus 300 now. Imagine what he's going to be come time to actually
Oh,
break down this fight. Um, oh, I'm sorry. This is in no, this is in a week because then there's a break after that. Or no, there's no
yeah.
break after that. What am I saying? Oh, all right. Well, I am all
You're washed,
turned
man.
around. I'm washed. Shout out Janie. But yeah, that's the card. That's next week, and we'll be here to break it down, and we'll be here to give you some bets for this card too. Um, Will, thanks for coming on as always. Hope you enjoyed
Of
this.
course,
We made it under an hour for this Apex card.
God is
Um,
good.
mm, all right, and thank you for watching and listening. Hope you enjoyed. And Matt, hit me up about that foot thing. But yeah, we'll talk to you later.
Have a good one.